Congratulations.
Damn, man. What's up, my boy Smac, man?
Smac
Ooh,
chilling, man.
you want to hit that?
Let's get into it, boy.
Oh.
Smac chilling, Smac
Shout out to
chilling.
Smac. Like somebody have Smac.
Okay,
Yeah,
anyway,
going
this is where
for
I
it.
would like to start. Raise your hand if you believe that Smac is actually leaving back on Fig.
What you mean? I think they got.
It's just content.
100%, yeah.
It's just content.
I, think they got,
I don't believe it.
They running the play for sure. Ain't no
I don't
way.
think it's a play. I think he feel disrespect. Hey,
Yeah,
look, my
that's
thing is,
what- yeah,
why
for real.
T-Rail
That's a
don't
play,
ever
cuz.
tell his girl to like chill out though? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's like because you setting me up. If I'm your homie and she running her mouth like you set me up to
Sure.
disrespect her. You know
Bro,
what I'm saying?
she did him bad.
Sure.
I
I'll
said
never
that.
see you cleaning around
For
here.
sure.
Oh, that was
I said
bad,
Bro,
right?
I was
No,
like,
for sure. Try to play him like a janitor, and that was the kind of like the perspective I was taking it from. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they childhood friends, but a lot of times that's kind of like if Lana was like around here and she just like
Running off at the mouth.
smacking upside the head.
'Cause that was a little weird to me because it's like, never have I ever been like, damn, man, like, Lush is cool, but like, you don't ever sweep.
Yeah, I got
Like, what
it.
the f- is that? Like,
gotta
Aunt Heavy,
get
he
to
cool,
sweeping.
but I never seen him do a dish. What's up with that?
Yeah.
Like, that did strike me as a little weird. Like, I mean, I guess it's cool if like everybody pitches in, but I never think to just clean at a podcast I'm on. That wouldn't occur to me.
I just
Nah,
wanna-
that's facts. But then,
Nobody
if
never
it's more serious, you do that off camera.
It's
You
just
don't-
a
you don't
weird
get at a
shift
nigga
in
like that on
energy
camera.
from like them having a show together because they were seemingly really close. You feel me? He had
Right. Well, the one thing that stood out to me, and I think we talked about this before, but like telling your podcast co-host that their wife is ugly seems like a big red line that you just like
Hold on.
don't cross. Like that's some wild. Like I would not feel comfortable using that line of attack on any of you guys. Even if I was really mad at you, I don't think I would think about whipping that one out.
Who called who
That's
wife
what-
ugly?
That's what Smac told T.
Smac told T-Rose his girls are 2.
but we know that
Who-
he
Heather?
don't really feel that
As a way
though.
of getting at him.
But we know we
'Cause
know
Smac's girl looks like Crit
Smac
Mac.
was just doing. Smac was just
Smac
doing-
girl like Crit Mac.
No, dead homies. No, she
No,
does.
hell no. Who the homegirl? No, not the homegirl.
Oh, I was your homegirl. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, like,
hell
okay,
no.
it
compared
just
to
sounded
Heather.
funny.
Heather's
I
a
don't-
supermodel. But his girl.
Hey, hold on. Hey, he said
Hey,
Smac
girl
girl
got
like
dope
Crit Mac.
girl f***ed up off 84th and Western.
I wouldn't have said that if I knew y'all
Yo,
knew.
girl, we gonna get cuz.
Hey,
I don't know who this person is.
hey,
Personally,
Hey,
he said she like Crit Mac.
that's funny though.
nigga
I mean, I'm not the
stupid.
first person to
He
say
said
that.
she look. Hey, what the?
I'm saying the quiet part out loud and
She
shit.
look
Come
like
on, bro.
Crip Mac.
Hey,
man,
man.
hell no.
Man, who says that's even the bad thing?
Hey, maybe
A
that's
lot
what
of people
he's
would
into.
want to have sex with Crit Mac.
The thing is, he was like he
look.
used to always talk about how fine Heather was, all strawberry Decker. Yeah, he had like nicknames.
You don't believe that?
Yeah.
The only
That's my
reason he said
strawberry
that was
Decker.
because the clip I see, T-Rail says that he hangs out with 5s and 6s at the biker club.
Yeah, he's like so.
And so he goes, well, yo, a 2. That's
Right.
like in Smac's brain, that's like the only thing he could think of is just to say, well, your is ugly, even though he don't really think that.
But really, what he's really trying to say is like, how dare you question the fineness of the that frequent my motorcycle club? Like, we got top tier dimes. They way better than your. And when he says you're not really talking about Heather. I felt like he was just saying proverbially, just proverbially, you're like better than your
look.
bitch.
So,
Like,
You said proverbially?
So why y'all
yeah,
think it's a play?
proverbially.
Preferably?
All right,
No,
well,
proverbially.
Oh, yeah,
like,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
you. Anyway, no, this is the all right. This is my thing.
Correct
I think
his ass,
I'm up because I see these big stories that end up being big narratives on podcasts and shit, and I just immediately dismiss them. Like I saw Lil Nas X walking around naked on the block. I just immediately was like, oh, it's album promo. I'm not even
For
gonna
show
watch.
promo.
I didn't
Yeah,
even
that's
look
facts.
into it at
That's
all.
show
But
that was
now,
going on for, bro.
but people are acting like this is real. Like
that
Now he's
still.
about to go to prison.
If it wasn't real, then like he apparently has real charges. So it's like I kind of missed out on talking about that narrative because I didn't tune into it. And same thing with the Smac and T-Real thing. Like I'm on vacation, so I'm seeing the titles, but I'm not really watching the clips or anything. I'm kind of trying to give my brain a little bit of a break from like knowing what's going on in Smac's life. But and then like when I tune in later, I realized like, oh, this actually kind of seems real. Like,
Is it?
I
'Cause
don't think it's a play.
Is what he said really that bad if your girl is going to be a content creator and insert herself in the content by disrespecting me? She's now free game at this point. So me calling her a 2, is that crossing the line? She's
She
sitting here
disrespect a
telling
lot
me,
of people.
wipe up out the bathroom, you this,
okay,
you that.
I agree.
You
that-
free game
And I
now.
think Smac did that. He did that in response to what he
but
said,
but
though, right?
Then you saying I hang out with 5s and shit at the motorcycle club. My girl be there. So
Why
what
would
you saying?
defend the 5s at the motorcycle
but this
club?
Cause I'm taking it
That's
like
a
you
weird
talking about my
Hitler
girl. You know my girl be at the motorcycle club.
Hey, we was all younger at one point, right? And we all done came at one of the homies.
This is the play.
Women. We done all came at somebody, oh, your is fat, she's ugly, da-da-da-da-da. How well does that go?
I ain't never
They're
done
supposed to be a podcast trio.
Hey,
You know?
I ain't never done that with no homie girl.
But I agree that she is not off limits when it comes to disrespect and criticism, etc. But like when it comes to women and their looks, we just like don't really have that. Like it doesn't make sense to us. Like I could tell Lush that he's ugly as and it's just like not gonna hurt his feelings. You know.
So
and same thing
so
with
what
you.
trying to say is true.
You could say I'm ugly as and it's like I just okay, like whatever. That doesn't hurt my feelings. But with women, all of them carry that around. Like their vision of themselves being attractive is very important to them. And I feel like Smac definitely crossed the line with that, but it goes way deeper than that because T-Rail actually told Smac to ask the question to the mayor that got him about the underage girls on Fig, right? Like T-Rail gave him that question, which we have now figured out. And the crazy thing about that is that then when people start canceling Smac and talking about he's a snitch and all this T-Rail just starts going in on him on the pod, making fun of him. And like, when he's the one who wrote the question for him in the first place.
Wait, he ghost snitched?
I will have to hear the question verbatim.
They overdid the
what was snitching about, asking about, what was snitching about
He
that?
said to the mayor, what are we going to do about all these little girls? These little girls on Figueroa and these dudes wearing orange are pimping them out.
He didn't say wear orange.
These girls, these dudes
I didn't say
wearing
nothing about
orange.
no orange, kid. Knock the fuck off.
They be sex trafficking them, and there's a blood. He's a big booted bastard. Wait, why I'm a cowboy now? I don't know how that just happened.
The guys for baby stoner part of it.
Hey man, whoever bleeding P4 like that, they found man the fig pic, the fig clip of him beating the girl up. Oh,
That was nasty work.
man,
That was
Hey,
crazy.
you
Hold on.
can't even.
That
she
shit was
taking
funny.
all that
Bro,
shit.
being
sure.
built like that at
Hey,
22
hey,
years
hey,
old
Adam,
is crazy.
Crazy.
Hey, that nigga
you were
recorded Nova and said she
22
had bounty
years old,
shoes on.
get in the gym.
What'd you say?
I'm on the bounty shoes. Because I was trying to stay away from the Nova clips, but when I ran across it, he's like, oh, I only seen him that one time he recorded me, and I came out of Raj. He said, you got the bounty shoes on. So she had some Kung Fu's on?
I don't know exactly what that was in reference to.
The county jail.
I don't know what shoes y'all are wearing in there.
The Bruce
The
Lee
karate
slippers.
shoes, the Bruce Lee.
I guess she had some.
She had some weak sandals on.
She probably had some old
Some fake
county
Vans.
jail shoes. Exactly, the fake Vans.
No, I don't know. But back to Smac snitching. What were we talking about? No,
Man,
but-
that ain't snitching. Stop it.
Nah, but like,
That was messy though. Like he could have had Heather ask that question. It wouldn't have been a big deal. That was my first 2 games.
What it- what it- what
It wasn't a big
No,
deal.
what
about
it-
Smac asking.
and the
Would
woman,
it been
that's
a
a good
big?
point.
Would
Yeah,
it
bro.
still?
Woman
Would
to
it still
woman,
have
why
been
are
a
these
big
little
deal
girls
if that
out
Rico
here?
didn't hit the next few weeks?
No.
Because he wasn't talking about it when he
Nobody
asked
would
that
have
before
ever
that.
noticed that
No.
Smac said that unless the Rico.
I don't think it's a bad question.
If
It's
it hit
not. It was a great
if it hit a
question.
year later, people probably wouldn't remember the Smac asked that. It was just the fact that it happened to take
Nah,
place in
somebody
like the
would've
same
found
Nah,
week.
but the whole point is your homie's producing the show and he slides you this
Smac been
question.
hanging
Like
out
you
with
gotta
what's the
have
name
some
too,
kind of
man.
wherewithal to know that your homie shouldn't be asking this question.
Why shouldn't he be asking
No,
that
that's
question?
a good question though. Like,
What's wrong
like,
with the question?
Hey, I
Under-
I don't have
underage
any
Gervin
problem
is
with
like-
it, but people
So
that
you
are
cool
part
with
of
the-
these
you cool with the
secret
little girls on
societies-
Fig?
So are you cool with little girls being pimped on Fig?
I get this.
No,
Hey.
no.
Because I'm confused with what
Bro,
you're
why
saying
you
right now.
try to put me
You
in a
saying
trick
he
bag?
wrong?
No,
we not.
I'm
You
just going
saying-
off what
I'm
you
saying
said.
this.
You saying
I'm-
it shouldn't be asked because
I'm not a
it's-
gang
Look,
member.
man.
I don't have any
Look,
problem with
look,
Smac
look.
asking this question. But
Look.
people who are gang members, some of them, not all of them,
that's
have
the
a problem.
Them niggas is weirdos though,
And that-
because
and
he was
that's the
talking about
problem, and that-
minors
and
on
that's
the
what-
blade.
And that's what motherfuckers
This ain't
get
got nothing to
caught
do
up
with
in.
being
Like,
gang
that
member.
That that question ain't off limits for no gang.
I think that was a
member,
good
bro.
question,
That's
but
the own
it just
question.
the timing was up since it went down a week later or whatever.
But if you know how the feds work, if you think they watched the Smac interview and said, "Oh, we need to go start investigating Fig,"
Time to
like,
move in,
come on,
boys.
cuz.
It's been going on
since
in
2021.
72 hours, and you read the paperwork, it's been going on for years.
I think they said
niggas just low
2022 or
IQ.
2021 is when the investigation actually.
Well, maybe
was
Ricky
over.
trying to say since his hood is off Fig, maybe you should have stayed away from me.
Yeah, but
That-
the thing is,
that might
feel
might
like
sound a
Heather
little.
could
But
ask
that
the
was, I
question.
think that was the whole point
That's
of
what I
why it
believe.
was a poignant question.
I'm gonna
though.
be real with y'all.
What's different?
Smac-
What's different from Heather asking the
I'm gonna
question?
be real. Smac is kind of like the Forrest Gump of Fig. It's kind of up as T-Rail, someone with a significantly higher IQ, which is kind of a sad state of affairs, to tell him, hey, ask this question, knowing that he doesn't have the brain to realize how that is going to be taken. Because T-Rail knows that's a good question, but he also knows that Smac is outside at the liquor store chilling, posted up
On the block.
every day. T-Rell has not been to the set the whole time that he's been doing Back on Fake.
This shit
But
is
I'm just saying, like, that's what someone like Gumby is saying, is that, like, he's been doing this podcast, having the orange couches, all this shit for like 4 years, Back on Fake. He ain't been back on Fake. I'm not saying he's never going to go there, but he's not going there. Smack is outside. Smack is accessible.
But also those questions were clearly submitted to the mayor beforehand, and she didn't
look,
she's not gonna just answer a random question like that. She had pre-rehearsed answer. She knew exactly what to say.
They went
It
up
was
there
like
as a
talking-
podcast. It don't matter who the question come from. It was a good political question.
For sure it was. No,
Sure,
exactly.
it don't matter
feel
who
like
it came from.
It got to be a line drawn with what's
you said
gangster.
you feel like Heather should have said it.
Yeah, basically what Adam was saying is like, all right, bro, like everybody knows they say Smack is a little slow, bro. And if you're the producer of the show, you're supposed to protect the homie that's lightweight slow. You feel me? It would have
But
been
it
a
wasn't
good
a slow
question
question.
coming from.
But let me ask
Wait,
let me
slow
let me
finish
ask you
It
this
would have been a
then.
good question coming from Heather because it's like, hey, woman to woman, I see these young girls out here getting taken advantage of, and it bothers me. So what are we doing to, at least clean up the blade in that regard?
This the
That would have
thing.
been hard. Like,
hell no.
That's
the
it.
thing. And this the thing, bro. One, Heather. How you just because Heather is a woman don't mean that she see that. It's a good political question on Smack behalf because it's from Smack community.
I agree.
Smack
Right, he from
community is
over
on
there.
Fig. Heather's not from over there.
And you gotta
But then-
remember
Hey,
he,
hey,
but no,
homie in a trick bag.
if you a trio,
Is he in a trick
what's
bag?
the trick bag other than the
Look,
internet
people
narratives?
believe the Nova P4K shit, bro. Everybody here, you guys can think for yourselves.
That
and
didn't
see
line
through
up.
Just believe the Nova P4K shit just because it was a convenient little
because she the poster
storyline.
girl for Team.
And-
That ain't
but
got
you
nothing
She's
to
the
do-
only
internet-
famous underage streetwalker.
Yeah, bro. Like,
And people are
motherfuckers putting
actively
two to
pushing
two
the
together.
narrative,
Not
too.
everybody's thinking like y'all are thinking.
I know,
You
but
feel
how
me?
was
Like,
it a trick bag by him asking that question?
It's just not a good look, bro. Obviously,
T-Rell
it's
put
not.
How
him
is
in
that
a
not a
trick
good
bag.
look though?
Look at everything that's
Yes.
happened. Smack went live to address all the false narratives, bro. Like, come on. Obviously, he feels bothered by it.
He
because
probably tired of hearing it.
feedback he's getting from his community. Whatever
He
it
ain't
may
getting no
be.
feet.
I don't
Look,
think
a
it's
lot-
gonna be
it's
said.
I don't know.
I
I'm
know.
not
Hey,
saying
look,
Hoover politics. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying
his
at
co-
large, the
his
internet. It
no
fucks with
his
people's
his
heads.
internet is not the community though. You saying
I
his
feel that.
community is where he's from. That's your community where you grew up at. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the chats. A lot of people fall into the trap of the chats. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
the chat. I saw his
Let-
homie
let-
speak up for him, and he was speaking positively about it.
Let me throw
so
this
I
out
believe
there:
that.
is that, and I hate that I'm about to do this, but I'm gonna throw him some bail. Is that just because you're part of a gang that operates in that area or whatever that you're from that section doesn't mean that you have to agree with everything that every person does illegally in that area. If Munchie B or Aunt Hefe did an interview and they said, I think one of the most important things is that we got to make all our young brothers stop killing each other. Nobody's gonna say that you guys are like bad gang members. Like you're just saying, like you're not saying that the gang shouldn't exist. You're not saying that Inglewood families is bad. You're just saying this is how I wish it could be, and it would be great to get there. Now it's a little different when you tell the mayor.
Yeah, but majority of men,
the
even
people.
whether you're in the hood or not, is not gonna be cool if they knowingly know you pimping on a little girl. In my opinion.
Yeah, like that's
So,
already out of
yeah.
bounds from most people's perspective. But then on an underground level, I think everybody knows that shit going on all the time. So Smack was bringing up something that is not necessarily discussed, but he knows it because he's around.
So is this one of his major points of like contention with T-Rell right now? Is he mad that like he felt like he got put in a trick bag?
He's
and
mad
then-
because
No,
T-Rell
this girl
told him
don't
to
think
ask
so.
the question and then made fun of him and didn't have his back. Like, all right, let's be real. On here, any of us get in trouble publicly, people talk shit about us, we're going to talk about it on here. But there's definitely situations where you could come to me and say, yo, people are putting this narrative out about me, and I know it's all jokes, I know it's all content, but can you have my back when we talk about it? And I think that Smack expected T-Rell to like have his back more talking about it because a snitch allegation is a big deal, especially for somebody who's outside all the time.
Well, if he really ghost wrote the question, then and then laughed at him about it, that's kind of
Yeah, that's some East Side shit. Right
But if you
there.
good in your,
Oh God, bro.
That's
But-
janky
And that
than a
shit's low
motherfucker,
key
bro.
funny, but protect
But
your
they
homie,
probably-
though.
but if your
but they-
homies in your hood not tripping on it, who give a f what the internet says?
That's
All
probably
they told
they
regardless.
playing the content game when it comes
It's
to that.
content.
They know in the metaverse, whatever, is different than when he actually walks back home.
The thing with Smack is that he's like, I'm outside, like I could get ran down on by a burnt out 18-year-old who just saw some shit about me being a snitch and took it super serious. So from his perspective, it's like that shit's not a joke.
I mean, yeah, if he really outside and is that dire
Yeah,
like
so
that.
that's why I don't think it's a play, but they been joking around. He been did T-Rail widowed show with Mac Wop, and they was clowning some more, talking about cleaning toilets and janitor. That's when really he was kind of
That's
like,
disrespectful.
Yeah, bro.
I think this a play, bro.
They always
I ain't
clown
gonna
Smac.
lie.
I feel like Smac is out the way, so they running this narrative to keep it going in the algorithm. But what was they fallout about if they did?
Hey, bro.
That
I don't-
conversation?
Him
There's a
calling
bunch.
Heather
The
a
disrespect
fool.
of Heather, I
Oh,
would
the
say,
Heather
is the big
thing.
one.
I
and
don't
then
think
the
that respect, bro.
T-Rail.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Smack fed
Where
up
they
for real.
treated
They
him.
be playing with
Yeah.
Smack too much, man.
Yeah.
Smack fed up, bro.
Bro,
All in his face, bro. He tired of these, bro.
I think he is tired of being
Come on,
played
bro.
with, but once you open that door, you can't close it.
Yeah, they call each other
It's a little
bitches
too
and
late.
shit.
They calling each other. They been joking like this. So
I feel like that's cool, but when you playing with the slow homie on some, you slow for real. Like,
Why
that's
y'all
fucked
keep
up.
saying
you
cuz
just
That's
slow?
fucked up.
you fall into the narratives call it cuz slow.
They be
Yeah.
saying that. I
He's
see
slow.
Smack saying his damn self, so I'm like, okay, like it's acknowledged. I used to watch this shit all the
Do
time.
you believe
for
he's
real.
slow?
But I feel like you got to protect your homie regardless. We all get on the homie about whatever their deficiency is.
But
But
think
if
of-
somebody else starts doing that, shit to my homie, we gonna be like, nah, bro.
What if somebody else is your girl? Because that's what's going on. Then somebody else is his girl.
Tricky.
So what are we talking about?
All right, but think about it. When T-Rail
we
brought
talking
Smack
about?
in and made him part of Back on Fade, why did he do it? He thought,
Cause they childhood friends.
right, but well, were
And
they
then
really?
they
But like,
think he could
either way,
undercut
he's
him.
thinking Smack is funny, and yeah, he's kind of slow, he's kind of dumb, he's kind of burnt out, but like he's funny, he's charming, people like him. Yeah, that's why he brought him on and make him part of the thing.
And Smack is the tie to the streets. For
But
real.
Nah,
he's-
T-Rail
but
wanted his
T-Rail
C-Mac.
now is like mad at him about that he already knew about him. That he's like, he drinks, he stays out till 6 in the morning, he doesn't show up, he doesn't take the podcast serious, all this stuff. I mean, you could have predicted all that. That was
Yeah.
all pretty obvious from day one. I mean, I was around him in the early days. This is clearly not a guy that's trying to be the next Elon Musk.
Well, I mean, like to be surprised when someone that you know has liability tendencies shows that you like
Yeah.
doesn't
But
make
I
any-
mean, okay, here's the question. Do you feel like the Mac Wop or the G Perico replacement, like let's say that really is what happens, will the fans be satisfied with that or will they miss the Smack era?
I
gonna
mean,
miss
like
the
Smack,
Smack era.
it's not back on Fig
Man,
without
you gotta
Smack.
see,
for
man.
real.
I don't
Like,
think they
you know.
real replacement. Smack is out of town right now. So what
Yeah.
better than to run a fake play like, oh, he's
Yeah.
gone.
I just
We're gonna
see-
replace him. Bring G Perica, who already been coming. Bring Mac Wap, who they go back and forth all the time. Let's run it till Smack come back. When Smack come back, it's a big Smack is like, come on, bro.
I just
what
seen
kind
Smack
of
with
soap
607
opera
already.
is that?
That's what they do.
So
That's what they do. It's a big soap
all
opera.
right, so basically, so when Smack come back from Texas,
Y'all acting like they never did this.
bro, I haven't seen it. You gotta understand, on my mom, I just came on this internet. I've been on the internet a year.
They whole is beef and like internal beef, and then
So Smack
reporting on
coming
it.
back from Texas and he coming back to the show, just sitting down back on host. Like,
Yeah, bro.
Now
that's what I'm
Smack,
saying.
Smack gonna make a grand
He gonna
entrance.
make a
He
grand
gonna come in there
entrance.
tripping.
Facts.
They gonna be talking about Smack the day he come back.
Okay, I know people.
Come do it up, bro.
I know people close to the situation who have asked Smack, "Is this real or not?" And Smack told them it's all content. But even they are kind of doubting whether Smack is telling the truth because I feel like everybody at first thought it was totally a play, and now everybody's a little bit like, "Oh, this may be real."